Okay, everyone, how's it going? It's me here again. This time I'm talking about the movie Silent Hill, and I will say this, that this movie is probably one of the best examples of a movie being made from a video game that's actually good. It's very rare when it happens, but this is probably, I think, the prime example, and it's actually, to me, a good movie. It's one of my favorite horror movies. I actually went and bought it because I liked it, and I own the second one, but the second one, I wouldn't even worry about it. I would just avoid it if you can. It's nowhere near as good as the first one. But this one is a good example of, like, you take source material and make it into a movie and make it look like you actually care. Now, Silent Hill, the movie, kind of takes some elements of the different video games. In this one, the woman is taking her daughter, or has to take her daughter to Silent Hill because her daughter keeps having like these nightmares of Silent Hill and everything, and kind of sleepwalks. So she takes her to figure out what actually happens. And if you've never played Silent Hill, basically it's this town that I would say above looks fine, but then during a certain time it actually shifts and pretty much just becomes like hell itself. And it looks more like an industrial version of hell, more like what it is in the first Silent Hill game. And so in this one they change it up, and so it's a woman actually going to Silent Hill with her daughter, unlike in the first game it's a dad going in Silent Hill with her daughter. And it pretty much starts off the same way. You like see the girl run and she follows him, and throughout it, visually this game or movie looks amazing. How like it transforms from Silent Hill from its regular everyday look to what the other world actually looks like, industrial. And story-wise, it's, as I said, it's basically the same as the first one. She's adventuring through Silent Hill to find her daughter, and she eventually does. And then, of course, this girl is basically the girl from the third Silent Hill game that you play. And she's continued on the second one, having to go back to Silent Hill to try to find what's going on. It's kind of, as I said, the same basic premise. It's just the second didn't execute very well like the first did. And the creatures in it look amazing. I mean, they have the nurses and everything, which remind me of pretty much of the nurses from Silent Hill. Pyramid Head is back in it, and I love the way Pyramid Head is portrayed. He's actually chasing after her. But of course, they changed that up a bit, so it's not like Pyramid Head from the other one, who's only supposed to be seen by that one guy in the second one, whereas in this, it's pretty much just anyone sees him. And in this, Pinhead goes after the main woman in it. And so throughout Silent Hill, she ends up even coming across the police officer from the first video game, and they pretty much just keep her the exact same way, except she ends up getting killed in it. And so there's pretty much this like church cult in it. They're kind of like the main thing. There's like a huge backstory of like why everything is the way it is, and it's because the church cult burned this girl alive, who is actually didn't even burn her. They did burn her alive, but she just ended up remaining alive and is pretty much kept alive in the exact same spot, in the exact same room, just in the other world of Silent Hill. And so she ends up wanting revenge on the church cult and uses the lady to escape and get into the church. And that's pretty much what ends up saving her. And it does like a whole like weird, it's just weird how, because at the very end the girl like comes back to life and she has like all these like really sharp wires come and like tear apart everyone in the church. And visually, as I said, it's very good. It's very gruesome, so if you like a lot of gore in it, I mean, you're gonna get that, especially at the end of the movie. And it's just very well executed, and it's one of the reasons it's one of my favorite movies, is because it's able to stand up there on top and show us this is how going from a video game to a movie should be done, even from a book to a movie should be done. It just as well, because the creators of it had so much respect for the source material until the second one, and they just ruined it all, which just, the second one to me is just a cash cow. But I would highly advise watching the first Silent Hill if you have not watched it yet. It changes up a bit, but it follows very closely to what it's supposed to be and how the video games actually were. But as I said, it's one of my favorites. If you haven't watched it, I would highly recommend watching it. Even if you don't like horror movies, if you just like Silent Hill, go watch it. And I think you'll enjoy it, and you'll probably see what I'm talking about when you watch it and why I actually do like it. But that is all for now, and I will see you guys next time.